Hey guys, welcome back to another settlement video. Today I thought I'd show you my Starlight drive-in settlement build. There's quite a lot to show you today because this is my biggest build to date. I've tried to use the whole of the area available to me, so much so that the city's actually broken into 3 different sections. So you've got an outer ring, an inner ring, and then the city centre. So yeah, let's get into it. So let's start with the outer ring. I'd imagine these are for settlers that can't afford to live in the city, but still want the protection of living next to one. Okay, so very simplistic, just wooden shacks. Not much to it. You know, some homemade defences stop people coming out, but you know, not as nice as living in the city. So we'll come round to the other side now. So the whole city is walled in with outposts and guard towers, but we'll get to that in a minute. So this is the second side. Really basic. A few cooking stations, tool stations. Again, just wooden shacks everywhere with homemade tarp just to get out of the sun. Okay. Right. Moving on to the main city. Okay. So I'm going to show you the inner ring first, and then I'll show you the actual main structure. As you can see, it's very detailed. I'm not sure if my frame rates will start dropping. First place we'll go to is the bar. Really nicely decorated, just to give a real wasteland apocalyptic feel. There's usually a bartender there, don't know why not there. Okay, moving on. So we'll go to the left, first. So this is our first little communal housing area. So again, pretty simple, not much to it, a few homes decorated. I'll show you one quickly. Oh, 2 of them are a little chinwag. Some of these I haven't fully decorated yet. You know, it took a lot of time just building the actual structure. So I've just plopped down a few things just to make sure, you know, I've got the right idea of what I want to do further on down the line. Okay, I've tried to place these barrels everywhere because at night it shows like the streets kind of light up. I think it looks quite nice. This is a Minuteman. I don't know why he's facing the wrong way.
Yes?
Nope. Again, just more houses. This one's for rent. And every side has a walkway with high towers, but we'll get to that in a minute. I'm going to eventually turn that into a home. Build some of the walls. I think, and I don't think I'm exaggerating, I must have spent 30 plus hours building and designing this. I actually want to build, or I actually want to do a video in the future showing you guys sort of my step-by-step to how I build, because I try to use like 5 main strategies which I implement in all my builds. So yeah, I might make a future video sort of explaining my thought process and the things I need to tick off. Okay, and back to the start. So we've just done a full loop.
Yeah.
I'm now going to show you inside the main structure. So in my mind, this is like the shopping district. You know, you come to trade, get your resources, whatever. So go around the inner outer first. Just carpets, benches, some of the founders on the walls. And it is a very heavily guarded Minuteman settlement. So I'd say about 50% of the population are Minutemen guards. This is an armour shop. I tried to use the hole in the warehouse piece to make it into a little shop front. I'll show you the inside quickly because I haven't put a door on this yet. So this is like their shop slash living quarters. Now there's a lot more I'd like to do here. You know, I'd like to add a few more shops if possible, but this is kind of like the idea I had. So this is obviously a gun merchant. Go up to the next ring, and again, I haven't added anything up here, but I would like to have more merchants, maybe some more seating. And it's like this the whole way around. A nice skylight. And I think it just works really well. I think the mix match of wood, metal, support structures, glass, it just looks like a structure built after the bombs dropped, which I think is really important in all of my builds. Right, I'm just going to start running. I'm going to get to the next part of the video.
Yes.
Which will be the Minuteman Defence area. So we'd start up here. I mean, first things first, just try and give you a nice view of the actual settlement. A lot of detail and hours have gone into this build, which I'm sure you can tell. So as well as there being 3 main areas, an outer ring, an inner ring, and then the main centre, anything from the ground floor up I deem sort of Minutemen guard tower area, if that makes sense.
As honest work.
Yep, I'm sure. So you've got a guard tower up here, watching over this section. Because even though they can't afford to live here, they still decide to settle for the protection. Bit of an entrance and a little bit of an overlook into that section of the outer ring. Okay, so coming across here, this is our only way of getting up to this area. So it's, you know, it's pretty well protected, 3 guards, yeah, pretty well fenced off. And this takes you to a pretty good vantage point where it shows you the whole settlement. I don't know why they're on the roof, but hey ho. So you can walk all the way around, and each one, like I said, has a watchtower. So eventually with this build, I'd like to extend the outer ring all the way out here and build some more homes. But yeah, I don't know if my game will actually support that. The frame rate might crash. So moving around again. Again, another watchtower. This bit is, again, the military side of things, the Minutemen section, but I'll go up and show you that in a minute. And finally, the last the watchtower is a perfect vantage point to make sure these people are safe in their little area. Okay. Right, last but not least, I'm going to try step down here. I'm not sure if I showed you this bit actually. It's a trading spot tucked away. And I want to do the same on this side when I get around to it. Okay, last but not least, go through here. This is the only ground floor Minutemen section. Eventually I want to have along here a lot of storage, maybe where the guards, this is guards quarters, so a few houses, lockers, things like that. But as we go up here, I've always thought of how to get to the top of this, because I don't really like the staircase in there, even though I've left it so that you can use it. I always like the idea of finding another route. So I've managed to use scaffolding pieces to build a whole, scaffold up the side of it. And I've just about managed to get it up and over, so it works quite well. Then obviously from here, you've got a very good view of the settlement. And all its surrounding areas. So yeah, let's jump over here. Try not to kill myself when I'm turning around. And yeah. Right, well, thank you guys for coming back. Hope you enjoyed this build. Like I said, this is probably my biggest and most detailed build to date. And I can't believe I'm saying this, I'm still not done. I'd say I'm about 60 or 70% done, depending on whether my console crashes. But yeah, I'll push it to the limits, and maybe I'll do a future video with this one finally finished. But yeah, like I said, it's taken me 30 plus hours and still got a long way to go. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please feel free to leave comments. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on what you liked, what you didn't like, what you'd change. If you have questions on how I do certain things, feel free to ask in the comments. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.